I'm seeing all over my FYP a bunch of disgruntled Americans regarding how America seems more like a third world country and everything that they learned and knew about China is just not true. So if
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting your girl as usual. I see y'all's comments. I appreciate y'all. So, in today's video, I came across a couple of videos, I guess with the whole policy thing that is going on, with the old drama, with the old TikTok ban and unbanning, Americans are actually saying they have been brainwashed about China. A lot of video out there saying Rednote app has opened their eyes. They have been told they lie all their lives and all of that. So I decided to bring this home to ask my people, what do you think? I see majority of my viewers are from the United States. So I wanted to ask y'all, what do you actually think about this? Let me know what you think. Let's get into the videos and I'll see you at the end of the video.
I'm sick of this communist propaganda. The government is telling me that the Americans are working 2 jobs and they're still homeless. No, that's true. That's true. Um, is it true that millions are bankrupt because they can't pay for medical bills? Like people lose their life because they can't pay for insulin? Oh, that? No, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I owe my government an apology. Bro, take this. Okay? Just this nigga Mao? Yeah. Just take this.
I really think America has made a huge mistake when banning this app because now that we're all on Rednote, we're actually learning that a lot of the crap that they've been talking about China is absolutely not true. We're like, wait a second, you guys have universal healthcare? You don't have to pay for an ambulance when you get picked up to the hospital. You have amazing cars for very low prices. Huawei, the amazing phones they have are also so much better than iPhones. And all of that is forbidden here. We cannot have any of that. Wait a second, you can walk at night outside and not be afraid? There's no mass unalivings in schools? What? What's that like? And I had someone comment on my Rednote being like, now that you're here, I hope you can see that we're not the beasts that, your news made us seem to be. And I was like, we never thought you guys were. I feel like we always knew it was bullshit. And yeah, no country's perfect. There's a lot of issues everywhere in this world. But it's very interesting. We're learning much more, I think, than they wanted us to know. And I think that's not a very good idea for our government. Also, I'm shocked by how quickly people are picking up Mandarin. Like, I feel like you guys need to teach me. How do I do this as quickly as you? Because it's incredible. Like, Americans from Alabama are now speaking fluent Mandarin in like 3 days.
The past 24 hours of China news has been hitting. The fact that Americans are downloading Xiaohongshu or Little Red Note is incredible to me. This is a massive Chinese social media site, and the fact that we are like, hey guys, let's go learn some Mandarin. Let's go onto this platform. I just feel like I'm seeing so much openness from our generation to befriend China and not see them as the enemy. I feel our government officials are so quick to make anything Chinese negative. So I just feel so positive about our future working with China because it's our generation that is like, hey, can we turn a new corner and get to know each other?
It is beautiful and difficult and not at all what you expected. When we first got off the plane in China, I'm an American who doesn't speak Chinese, and I'm coming into these people's home. I can't communicate with them. They have to do everything for me. I was like a baby. I can't do anything. So I was expecting to not be treated very well, but to be able to handle it. Like I got pretty thick skin. I wasn't worried. And we experienced the exact opposite. Every time we had an issue, people were extremely hospitable and kind and supportive. We don't speak the language. We don't read the language. We don't even know how to put the characters on our phone. And people have supported us with all of that. We go to a Chinese school every once a week. Mary and I go once a week. It's been an amazing cultural experience. I've never been able to learn languages, but now that I'm living in the culture, I'm learning it. Hangzhou is a massive city. It's 8.5 million people, and it's still technically a tier 2 city. So one of the biggest experiences we had in the first 6 months is just the scope of China. The incredible size. Like we live in a compound, like that's the building right next to us. There are 15 buildings on this compound. It's the size of about an average American block. like in the suburbs. And there's probably 10,000 people that live here. There's a grocery store right downstairs. There's a pharmacy right downstairs. Everything you could ever need without thinking about like recreation, like going to do fun things, are within probably 5 kilometers of our apartment. The cost of living is very low. The difficulty with not knowing Chinese is the hardest part. The culture shock has been extremely intense. It was really, really very scary when we first got here. But yeah, China is not at all what you see in the American media. Our experience hasn't been close to what we expected. It's difficult. It's beautiful. It's worth it. Yeah, but more people should experience China.
The best thing about Rednote, I'm waiting for everybody to peep game on, is the fact that we've been sold a lie this entire time. I truly believe a lot of Americans think that we're above propaganda or we're too smart for it. But as you can see, the Chinese are not broke. They don't hate us. And we have a lot more in common than we don't. Honestly, it's kind of crazy because they just seem like a way happier, healthier, better off version than us, which completely goes against the slum third world country image Fox News and all these news publications push to us. Their groceries are affordable year round. They don't really fluctuate and go crazy bananas. Property is affordable. Gas year round, not based on election cycle, is affordable. From my head to my torso, this lady had a bundle of vegetables. I don't know what it was. It looked like kale or spinach. Doesn't really matter. All of it was $1. 2 of my hands worth of spinach would net you around $3 to $4 here. Bro, is communism bad or not? Because from what I can tell, communism looks lit. They have a glow to them. We run around toting, oh, we're the best country on the face of the planet. Everyone wants to come here. Bro, China looks way more tea than America. Literally, the infrastructure, bullet trains that can take you all around their nation within hours for cheap. I can't get over it. They just look so goddamn happy. Meanwhile, in America, every time you turn on the news or flip through the pages, you're seeing some world-ending event take place in the United States. It's bananas. I really want to ask them, yo, do y'all have anything adjacent to this? Yeah, let me get back to the point. The U.S. really fumbled the bag because you allowed us for a bleak second to peek over the curtain and see what we're living is crazy. I'm hoping now everyone sees that we don't live in a free country. This is 100% a corporation.
I can't believe it. I'm watching videos of Americans finally realizing they've been heavily brainwashed by their own government saying that China is bad after being on Rednote for just a couple of days. Now, I've already seen some content from there that's been shared on this platform, and I gotta tell you, they're pretty spot on. I mean, they have developed a lot in the past 40 years. Just Western propaganda just makes them sound evil. But if you were to ask any genuine Chinese person about how their country is, they'll tell you honestly. And yet the US are dumb enough to believe what their government tells them. Wow. Utterly shocking.
You're mad about the groceries and that they don't have to pay property tax after they pay off their mortgage. Let me tell you that they have better work-life balance than we do. So during my doctorate studies at Johns Hopkins, I was sent over to China to do research with the Center of Disease Control. They do have a CDC as well. There's none of this like really super calculated, hey, you take 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch if you work 40 hours, but if you work under 20 hours, you don't get a break except for one 15-minute break. Like, it's just like weird policies that we have in America. No, they have like a lot of freedom to leave work, go get a boba, go get an ice cream, come back. They actually support you taking naps. Like at the CDC, they used to have these like beds for you to go and take a nap if maybe you live too far from work. Otherwise, most people go home during lunch because their lunch hour was like 2 hours. 2 hours was their lunch break. Not to mention the majority of the time we were always leaving to like do PR and like relationships. So social networking is a huge thing over there. Whereas in America, everybody's isolated. You don't even know who your neighbors are, right? Like you just go straight to your house when you come home from work. But not there, not there. I remember like we would meet other government officials during lunch, and then they'll gift us like big boxes of grapes and of course alcohol. And then their alcohol is like 40% alcohol. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna so get drunk and throw up. But it was, we were drinking like during the day. Like it was like day drinking, like daytime drinking. And it was because we were social networking with like these people, right? And this was okay. This was almost applauded. And there's always something to do after work. So you don't just go home and pass out and like, I don't know what else we do. Like, it's so toxic in America, but there's always something. So I just remember like flying LED kites like during the summer, going to the river. Yeah, just there's always like an activity, and that's also why they're so slim and they're so much more healthy, because you easily like, you don't just walk 5 miles, the 10,000 steps that is recommended. Like you walk like 10 miles a day. It's like just so easy to do. But yeah, they have better work-life balance, and that whole like, oh, they're them passing out at their desk working 120 hours. No, bitch. They ain't working 120 hours. I was like given so much liberty and freedom when I was like, and I had my own executive room, which was crazy. They're so polite. They're like, oh, American foreigner, like let's put her in an executive like room. It was so chill. Like the majority of us were always like, I think like they were even playing video games during work hours. But I mean, they do work, okay? I want you to think they do work, they get stuff done, but there's just so much liberty. There's none of this like toxic clock in and clock out, and this snitch Nancy that's like watching you and your every move just so she could report you to HR. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shanghai. Step into China's world of advanced transportation and stunning architecture. Join me as we explore Shanghai's vibrant cityscape under the evening lights.
Did you know in China, when a baby is born, they give them a box full of supplies, everything that they need for the baby, diapers, clothing, and this box doubles as a crib. But in the US, when a baby's born, they charge you to hold your newborn. It's called skin to skin, something like that on the bill. But yeah, I just found that out.
Okay, that's really crazy. I need y'all to help me out here because the internet is not doing justice to that particular question. Anybody that has given birth in the United States should actually let me know in the comment section. Do you really get charged for, I mean, okay, I'm trying to make sense of it, but it doesn't make any sense. You just, giving birth to your baby is given to you to have this first contact in your skin. Are you really charged for that? Let me know, guys. I need to know. Let's start from there. Let me know if you got charged while giving birth to your child in the United States, and you got charged when you got your bill, you got charged for skin to skin contact. I tried to get some information online, but the internet cannot be like a hands-on experience. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Then, well, I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But yeah, fine. So many arguments about China, no property tax after paying off the mortgage, the grocery prices are low, universal health care. I mean, those are really, really, really juicy things. You don't have to pay for the ambulance. Some even say, oh yeah, you don't actually have to work at night and be afraid. You can work at night. and not be afraid, And then, like I always say, no country is perfect, right? But I mean, there are lots of issues in China too, if you look at it. But I mean, I think this whole drama, especially this year, has just opened our eyes to a lot of things. That America, permit me to pronounce it in those three different, different tones, so as to say, it's not as perfect. I made a video a couple of days ago where I posted where people actually said they're moving out of they're moving out of America because of the whole the way 2025 is starting. you know Everything is just expensive, which actually makes a lot of sense. But I said, no matter where you're going, just make sure you make your research and just be sure that you're not going from fry pan to the fire. I also made a video where I talked about this make America great again. That was there a time when America was actually great. All those questions are just things that I just ponder on, because with all those things that are happening, it's like the Americans have been in a box, and this 2025 is just making all the frustration, all the venting, all the anger, everything is just coming out because of 2025 and because of all these new policies that are going on and all of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Help me out here. For those of you that are in America, let me know what you think. Do you think China is the new safe haven? Do you want to relocate to China because of things that you're seeing online about the way China is good and the way it's beneficial and the advantages of living in China? Or do you want to still stay in the United States and be like, oh yeah, it is what it is, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And please don't forget to turn on your notification. I can't wait to hear from you all. I love reading your comments. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.